I'm running DepthAI using an Oak-D-Lite camera on a Raspberry Pi 02W with 64-bit OS. Using Yolo version 3 tiny and getting around 8 FPS. It's labeling most of the objects on the table. Not bad. Personally, I'm very happy with this result using my small Raspberry Pi. The reason this is possible is that the Oak-D-Lite camera requires only a small amount of resources in the system. This can work since all the image processing is done in the camera and only the results are displayed through the Raspberry Pi. As you know, Raspberry Pi 02W is a device that operates based on Linux with low performance. It's also super cheap board for just $15. Projects that can be done with this are limited because the clock speed is not fast and it's low power and low performance. However, it seems that there are many projects that can be done with the combination of these two. Of course, if you use a Raspberry Pi 4, you can configure your system with much better performance. My purpose is to do a very simple project using Raspberry Pi 02W. Also, I want to make a battery-powered system if possible. Let's see how it goes. Today, I will show you how I configured this system and the tests I did. This is my hardware configuration. I put the Oak-D-Lite on a tripod. If you want more information about this camera, there is a video I posted earlier. Please refer to it. This is a 7-inch display with a touch panel I'm using for my Raspberry Pi. Here is my Raspberry Pi 02W. A USB Hub HAT is attached to connect the display power, touch, Logitech Unify, and Oak-D-Lite. If you use all of these, the power consumption seems to be significant. In a future project, I guess the USB Hub HAT will be removed and only Raspberry Pi, Oak-D-Lite, and ESP32 will be connected. Also the battery pack too. I believe this Raspberry Pi 02W is the best to make a battery-operated system in the Raspberry Pi series. I will do a battery test by myself soon and try to share it with you guys. I'm currently connecting to my Pi via SSH terminal on my Mac. First, let's check whether the Oak-D-Lite camera is properly recognized on my Pi. I didn't install anything yet. It just plugged into the USB port. Without any problems, it shows up. It's like a USB web camera. Okay, now let's install DepthAI on Raspberry Pi. It's very simple. Just clone the GitHub repository and install the requirement. Let me go fast. It took about 5 minutes to install. It went faster than I expected. Install is done. The last thing to do is add a rule for the device. With this, you are ready to get started with DepthAI. Let's run the DepthAI demo. If run without any arguments, the system will be started with MobileNet SSD by default. It will automatically download the required mirrored X blob file. DepthAI used blob converter to convert neural network files from various sources such as TensorFlow, Caffe, or OpenVINO into a blob file. Of course, all your creations can be used after changes via the blob converter. An error has occurred. It says could not connect to display. The display driver is not loaded because I'm currently connecting to a terminal via SSH. Let's run it directly on the Raspberry Pi. I'm here with the VNC now, running the DepthAI demo again. This time it works without problems. Two screens are displayed. The left screen is a color screen through the center lens, and the screen on the right is the stereo depth screen from both stereo lenses, and it shows the extended disparity. In the case of a MobileNet SSD, the screen is output at approximately 13 FPS. Instead, the performance of the object detection is not good as the previous Yolo version 3 tiny. Anyway, it has no problem detecting the main object on the incoming images. I'm testing several examples provided by DepthAI. It contains very good examples, so I'm running a lot personally. Today, I ran DepthAI by connecting a Raspberry Pi and Oak-D-Lite. This means that simple but very effective projects are possible. I believe so. I will do my best to show awesome projects soon. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you on the next project.